Hi, my name is Peter Hidalgo. Really excited to hear about this Yardfarmers program. When I first read the synopsis for the show, pretty much looked like something I would write. I'm already doing exactly what we're talking about here. Moved back home a couple years ago, looking to turn the property into a farm. Started studying permaculture, a little biointensive farming, a little bit of everything. Got some chickens, got some goats, got some ducks. And we've got about 4.5 acres up here in Auburn, California. But first, let me tell you a little bit about myself. So I've had a variety of jobs over the year, that's for sure. I've done everything from working on fishing boats, wildland fire, pretty much you name it, I've done it. I've worked in marketing for Peaceful Valley Farm and Garden Supply. I've worked on incident management teams recently as a GIS analyst. So I've definitely got a pretty varied background, and I'm really passionate about permaculture. If there's one thing that I could permanently do and basically just do for life, it would be this. It would be having a farm. Because I mean, it's a win-win situation when you really look at it. You're growing a great product for somebody that's going to be super healthy. You're going to make a living doing it. Even if it's not making a bunch of money, you're making a living doing that. For me, I don't need much. I live a pretty simple existence. I was living in a fifth wheel trailer when I first moved here on the property, and well, I guess that should kind of tie into where we're going with this whole thing. My dad has second triple heart bypass surgery, been about like 5 years ago now or so, and that really woke me up. I mean, it's not like the first one didn't, but the second one, I really felt like there was something I could do. And I wanted to move home, start farming, and really try to take an approach to more than just the problem of food and where we get it, but what it does to our bodies and everything. I mean, really, food is such an essential part of life that we take it for granted. You know, I mean, whether you're rich or poor, every single day, somebody's got to eat. And how we acquire food, that is the most impactful thing in our life. I mean, how we acquire food and what we eat dictates everything. We've got this lawn that is like the size of a football field. And it's always been one of those things between me and my dad where we've kind of had this issue where he wants to turn it into a green space. And I understand. But at the same time, there can be so much more than just watering a lawn.
Hi, my name is Pete Hidalgo, and I'm Peter Christopher Hidalgo's father. We bought this property here in 1985. When I first, Pete moved back home several years ago. He had been working different jobs. He'd been down in San Diego. He had done carpentry. He's quite skilled at different jobs. When he came back home, he wanted had this idea of turning this into this farm. And I was like, well, I don't know if we have enough land, but at the same time, after he worked here, he stayed here on the property, and he started doing these things. I had a lot of wasted space. I have some paddocks out there that had been for horses, and it was just full of stuff that I had accumulated, which wasn't really good. But anyway, he cleaned that out, and he got some goats and chickens and some ducks, and that worked out pretty good. And he's able to turn a lot of things that I had that I thought were just kind of useless. It's just a bunch of stuff that was here when I bought the property, and also stuff that I've accumulated through the years. I've had some rentals, and I bring a lot of stuff home. But he was able to utilize all that stuff, and without spending much money, was able to utilize it in some degree to help his endeavors as a farming, in his gardening. I know that when he first brought the idea to me, when he first moved back home, I wasn't very receptive because I'm going to be 70 this year, and you get set in your ways, and you want just the old things the way they are. But as he's done these things throughout these last couple of years, I see that it's really beneficial for the property, and in the long term, it'll be really something that will enhance this property and give it more value, and also at the same time something that we can use, whether it's a fruit, the chickens with the eggs, all these things that are really good right now. So I think it's going to work.
I'd love to be a part of this Yardfarmers program because I think there's so many possibilities we can show. I've already got the permaculture design degree and I really want to learn more. I've got the land and I've moved back home with my dad, and it's a really great dynamic too. I mean, he's a Vietnam veteran. He's got heart disease, which is something that I really want to be able to address while growing good food. You know, I mean, that's the whole point of eating good, healthy, locally grown food, is that it's good for you.